Hey there, Mary Sheila here with BioYouth Labs. And I want to talk about mindful eating in respect to the holidays and really any time of year, but this is a good time to really bring it front and center. And I know that mindful eating in general, and then let's throw the holidays in there, can be particularly challenging due to the abundance of delicious foods, the foods we think we have to have every year, the festive atmosphere, maybe the imbibing in, too much sugar or alcohol, or feeling stressed and emotional around family, right? There's a lot of pieces of the puzzles, or thinking we have to eat a little bit of everything that brings back all these childhood memories. But it's still an opportunity, right? It's still an opportunity to practice mindful eating, because when you do, you can actually really enjoy and savor the flavors while you're making healthier choices. And this might help you to avoid overindulgence. Of course, enjoy some of those things, but maybe you can enjoy a few bites versus a few pieces, right? So let's talk about some benefits and tips for mindful eating during the holidays, okay? So I want to share first the benefits. The benefits of mindful eating during the holidays are as follows. You're going to have better digestion when you're more mindful, right? Mindful eating, it's like you slow down, you chew your food thoroughly. It supports digestive process. It might also help you from overeating, because you're going to get the hunger cues and fullness cues much quicker than if you just wolf it down, right? You're going to have so much more satisfaction when you take a bite and put your fork down. You're going to start paying attention to the flavors and the textures of your food, and you're going to enjoy it more. So if you've been waiting all year long for that specific food, make sure that you can actually enjoy it. And that's going to lead to increased satisfaction with smaller portions. The more mindful we are, the more we might be able to say no to certain foods, right? And actually make more conscious choices to stick within our goals. What's going to happen is, the next morning you're going to wake up and you're either going to feel better about your choices, probably not going to be like, oh, I just can't believe I couldn't eat that thing, right? I mean, you might have a little of that, but most likely you're going to be like, I can't believe I didn't eat that thing. Good job. Woohoo. That's going to feel better than, I can't believe I ate that whole thing and I feel like crap and my digestion is off and blah, 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 right? So that does play a role. And, it's going to feel better to feel like we've been more successful and feel better in our body, because that's the name of the game, is that we want to wake up feeling alive, happy, healthy, and well. I find that the more mindful we are, the more that can help us reduce stress levels, because we're focusing on the present moment, and we can actually eat more relaxed and enjoyable during our dining experience. So in an effort to eat more mindfully, we want to eat slowly. So you want to really savor each bite, chew your food thoroughly, put your utensils down between bites, and pace yourself. Don't be the first one finished. Try to be the last one. Have a little competition with yourself. And really focus on your food. Minimize your distractions. Put your phone away. Turn the TV off. Sometimes I like to go sit somewhere where even I don't have a table, and I have one hand holding my bowl and the other hand holding my fork or spoon, because then that way I can't do anything. And so oftentimes I'll go and sit outside. I know that's not available all seasons long for everybody, but that's something that helps me. But really try to be mindful of your food, of, just even grateful and mindful go hand in hand. I mean, wow, these foods that we're able to eat, think of all the generations of farmers and seed savers, and right, and then the grocers and the truck drivers, and whatever food you're eating. Maybe it traveled across the world, maybe it came from your neighbor or your own garden, but really it's pretty freaking miraculous. And when we can slow down and appreciate that, we can actually get more from our food, just even on the emotional, spiritual level of feeling gratitude or saying grace before we have a meal. And when we're mindful, we tend to listen to our body, and we can start to pay attention and listen for our body's hunger cues and fullness cues. And we can actually stop eating when you feel more satisfied, even if there's still food left on your plate. And I know that that's a hard thing for a lot of people. It's a hard thing for me. I come from the big family and I ate fast to get seconds or whatever all the stories are. But, I don't live in my parents' house anymore. I'm an adult. I have my own house. I am the queen of my castle. I do not have to eat everything on my plate, and neither do you. And there's not going to be any child in another country starving if you don't eat everything on your plate. And you can eat that food later. So that's just a little something. Portion control, right? When we're mindful, it's going to be helpful for us to, balance our plate with a variety of nutritious foods, including vegetables, lean proteins, right? All that kind of stuff. And, if it helps, I just did a video, another holiday video on talking about portion control. You can go back and look at that. Staying hydrated, that's helps so much, being mindful. Sometimes hunger and thirst have similar cues. So staying hydrated, drinking plenty of water throughout the day to stay hydrated can help you differentiate between hunger and thirst. And, plan ahead. If you know you're going to be attending a holiday gathering, consider eating a small nutritious snack beforehand so that you're not starving when you get there and overeat. Choose mindfully. When you're faced with an array of tempting treats, select your favorites mindfully and savor them without guilt, right? So this isn't about you can't have, you shouldn't have. It's just more about, wow, okay, I'm about to eat my favorite Thanksgiving dessert. Like, I'm going to take a little piece and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to enjoy the heck out of it, right? Instead of eating it mindlessly and then, cleaning up in the kitchen and eating a bunch more, right? Like, be mindful, enjoy, savor. And I already kind of talked about this, but practice gratitude, right? Really appreciate what's on your food and all the effort that went into preparing it. It really does make our food more enjoyable. Thank the chefs. Even if it was you, thank yourself for, nourishing yourself in that way. Okay, I hope this is helpful. It's helpful for me just to speak all these things. We all need to be reminded, right? We can't always see what's on the tip of our nose. So these might be things you're like, yeah, I know. But we got to be doing them. To know them truly is because we are doing them. I wish you and your family and your loved ones and your friends an awesome holiday season. I got more tips coming up, so stay tuned. But this is powerful, I think, to be reminded of all these things. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.